We're ignorant. Fucking goddamn bit all fucking night. All morning long. Never going to sleep. Hey folks. How you doing? Welcome back. It's Charlie. It is September 7th, Tuesday, 2021. It's 1:36 and it's about actually 80 something. They're supposed to warm up this week, especially in the inland Inland Empire and San Fernando. I think here in Los Angeles it's going to be right around high 80s, maybe low 90s. Although in downtown LA, I'm sure it'll be significantly hotter. Weather usually kind of fluctuates, as I said over here. If it's supposed to be hot somewhere else, it'll be a little less hot here, not by much. And if it's supposed to be cold anywhere else, it is significantly colder over here. Because of San Gabriel's. They kind of shelter us a little bit from all extreme weathers. And sometimes it makes the weather a little bit more. I'm rambling. I'm exhausted. To say that this was a peaceful weekend, I would so be lying. I feel like I am. I feel like I'm hungover. I'm tired and exhausted. Last night there was just no. There was just no rest. Although I had left today to go run some errands, and I came back and I don't know if anybody else is here or not. I haven't seen. I'll probably go check later as I dummy myself to go to the front to pretend like I'm looking for mail. I mean, I do expect mail sometimes, even though sometimes the mail gets directed to my mailbox. There is some mail that comes to the house here. She was just, from what I can best gather, her problem is, as of lately, a week or so ago, I mean, she's just been really bothered the fact that my other housemate confronted her and said, can you get a better control basically on the air conditioning? You're just doing it at your own whim, like whatever, and even at night when it's a lot cooler, and it is so much more cooler in the evening now. I guess that we're coming away from summer. But to the point in the evening, it's like you can open you can open the window, and maybe even with the fan on and stuff like that, it's significantly cool. But because she's awake all night or doing something, now she had been drinking all night last night, and because she got on the phone with someone after hours and hours and hours of just hounding and berating both my other housemate and me. And I think the real big problem now that stems with this very, very recent anger and the whole eruption of Mount Carla, is that I guess her brother has control of, or has the care of her mother, of their mother. And I guess he was a veteran because she was calling the veterans hotline. This was Saturday. Yeah, Saturday, early in the afternoon. She was, or earlier that day, she was on the phone, I think, with the veterans hotline out of Loma Linda. And she was talking and stuff like that. And she's getting all out of it. You got to have my brother, blah, blah. He's hurting my mother. I don't know what he's doing, or he's pushing her or whatever. It's a whole bunch of stuff. But the thing is, she doesn't really, I mean, she does, don't get me wrong, she loves her mother, but she doesn't really, I don't know. So I guess that's been the problem. I guess her mother's taken a couple of falls and has gotten hurt. And I guess from what she's been exclaiming and explaining to her other kids or whatever the heck is going on, that's like the really, really big thing. And in the midst of all that anger and all that rage, God, it's just been the rage and it just keeps repeating the same old. MF and N and N and MF and all these curse words and how bad everything is and how bad we are. And don't think you guys just sit around your house. It's like, when? You know, I'm out of the house as much as I can be, you know, especially to get away from the lunacy. I just, being in that mess, that barrel of monkeys, just buffoonery and just insane. And no matter how loud, or if I have my earbuds on, or if I have my over-the-ear headphones, it's still there. And if I can't really hear anything, then it's the pounding and the slamming and the anger and that freaking aluminum or steel sink that has no insulation. You know, you can drop a quarter and it just echoes through the house. You know what kind of sink I'm talking about, those cheapy kinds. And she mixes her rage with whatever's going on with her family and her mother and everything, and then she brings us into it. More so, my other housemate. She just, yesterday was just threats. Oh, I'll get up on you. Don't think I'm a punk. Oh, I ain't no punk ass bitch. And it's like no one's said anything. No one's. She's got this thing about pride and respect. She wants it all. She has her pride and she wants respect, and she gives none, not even to her kids. You know, she just, from a parent's point of view, the way she speaks and treats them. And honestly, come on, you're drinking with your kids. You're doing other illegal things with your kids. You're having your kids do illegal things for you. And it makes me laugh because she's so lazy and so controlling. You know, when she wants her door shut, she'll call out someone, Lamar, Ricky, Bert, come over here. What? Close my door. Get your fat ass up out of the bed. You know, and she keeps the one thing she kept saying is that she keeps threat. This is woman's abuse. That's why I can't come out of my room, because it's all woman abuse up on here, up in this motherfucker. This is woman abuse. I'm a mother and I'm a grandmother and I got children. And it's like, holy crap, lady. The same dead horse, you know, and the same dog gets kicked around so many times. You know, there's barely a carcass left. Oh God, I'm so tired. You know, and I took a couple of Benadryls last night just because I went. It was a good thing actually that I went to bed early. I think I ended up going to bed around 8:30 or 7:30. It got quiet, so I sought my opportunity to just and then around, I'd say maybe a little after midnight, 1-ish, she was just talking, and she was just in that drunk, oh, I hate that because it's so depressing. Only a few times did I ever get into that point where I'm just so miserable and so drunk. You know, I'm just mumbling to myself, and I catch myself, and I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? You know, I sound definitely like a loony, worthless, homeless person. I really despise that about myself when I've done that. I don't like being that, and I understand it's to the point where you think you can't do anything. She's created this mess. She's created this whole mess, and she keeps going and going and going. And I think it's just in the hopes of she's flaming the fuels. Maybe she wants a response, a physical reaction, like come up to her, or, you know, confront her and stuff like that, so she can get her kids. She really wants to sick her boys on both of us. I mean, more on my other housemate, but definitely on me, you know, and just because she just doesn't like me. It's just, I feel like this whole weekend was a blur, you know. Yesterday, I had to get out, and I'm just like, well, I don't really know what I'm going to do, and I don't really feel like talking. I wanted to do something. Limited as I was, you know, I couldn't really think of anywhere to go, you know, and it's just like, my only other place during the holidays, especially like great national holidays, like 4th of July and stuff like that, and New Year's Day and Labor Day, I like to go to South Pasadena, because even though it's so busy here in Pasadena and stuff, it just gets to be a little too much for me, especially as of lately. Really, as of lately, I don't really want to have anything to do with people anymore. I've had my fill of people. I've had my fill of people in this house. And not in a positive way, nothing productive, nothing beneficial, moral or otherwise, you know. If anything, everything was just demoralizing and a financial loss. You'll see the refrigerator is just, they clean me out. Stolen bicycle, probably. It stinks in there. Someone was living in there. Somebody was living in there. It smells like very chemically. They cleaned me out. You know, they were kind enough to use my condiments and some that they took, and they use it and then just put it back. Oh, don't worry, we'll just keep it cold for next time we need it. And that sucks because, you know, I definitely was in the process of trying to get a refrigerator. Actually, I had two friends at work that were going to get me refrigerators, but then the whole prospect of, you know, going to be with my daughter and then all of us moving to Nevada and everything to start a new life, you know, I told them, you know, well, you know, guys, you know, thank you so much, but, you know, I can't get anything right now as it is. It's going to be a bit of a difficult to, you know, move all this stuff. So that was foregone, and, you know, and I really appreciate that. But now I'm gonna definitely have to get a mini fridge, because I don't know whose big of a loss it is, mine or theirs, because now they can't get free food. They won't be able to get the free food. I am so done of just. Almost broken. I mean, I'm almost broken. I'm so exhausted. I just weep. You know, and I hate it when she comes to my room door. She comes into the hallway and starts yelling, you know, and then you can hear her when she starts getting to my door, and you can hear the pressure of the air and the pressure of the voice getting louder. Is like, oh yeah, you motherfucker, you know. And it's like, oh God, I want to be able, honestly, I want to open the door, take my biceps, and just smash her right in the face, and just not even stop. I hate that I've said that, because I don't like. The only time I'm in that kind of frame of mind is, you know, when I'm homeless. You know, you have to kind of get into that frame of mind that, you know, you're not really in a safe environment, though much safer out there now than in here. You shouldn't have to be struggling like this. Neither my housemate or me. I mean, I get everything. Whatever anger or problem she has with him, she yells at me and yells and gets through that door between her room and my room, and it's just, I don't really see, other than it's just, she's just being mean and she just wants to torture me. Because why would you do that? Especially if it's got nothing to do with me. Good thing I'm not a gun owner anymore. It's just so much. I mean, the only comfort I have, honestly, is that I've gone to a couple of interviews last week. 3 interviews. I have another interview early tomorrow morning. Actually, this is the one that I would really, really want to get. There's one of 2 jobs that I've been wanting to get, and I just applied for another one at Aldi's. I've been trying to get with Aldi's since I was homeless, honestly. Just because I know that Aldi's has always been a great company. I've tracked them from when my first marriage, when we were living in Wisconsin. I fell in love with the store, and I'm like, oh, this is a great concept. Look, it's so easy, no frills, and you bag your own, The 25 cents for the cart, that's no big deal, but that's also to save it. And I love the methodology that they apply, and that actually goes back to the early 70s, that a lot of supermarkets used to have in order to help control shopping carts being left all over the place. They used to do premiums, that they used to have this huge corral machine that once you took your or actually a corral, and then a corral inside the store with kind of like a gate, and then you slide your cart in through there, and then you would get a stamp. It was a collector stamp, and you get a book like the old-fashioned blue chip and green chip stamps, and you fill them up and you get a lot of premiums. You get dishes or pots and pans and stuff like that. And I don't know, it's just, I like their cost-effective savings and to minimize and everything. It's just their overhead is just fantastic. Should be more of the way of all supermarkets should be, I think. It's just so much easier. I mean, I'd look at it from an investor's point of view. I think it's fantastic. But yeah, I just applied for Aldi's this morning, and I have the interview tomorrow, so I'm hoping for that one. Actually, there's another one that I just had last week, so 3 main ones that I would like to get, but definitely Aldi's, and the other interview that I'm having to go tomorrow is what I would desire. I had totally forgot about the restaurant, and I did go to Stonefire Grill Sunday on that one, and I forgot. Yeah, the hours just really aren't going to be there. The hours are going to range anywhere from 22 to 25 or 26. They're keeping, and the man was, it was very comforting, and I felt really good. I felt really good about myself. And he really wanted me to be there, and I told him, well, I have a couple more interviews this week, and I want to see how those are. And the other person had hired a couple other people. I go, well, why don't you just see? Because he says, pretty much as it is, when they come in, they see how difficult it is to be in the kitchen and bussing and stuff like that. It's just a little overwhelming. And I go, yeah, I totally understand that, especially for young folks that just don't have the understanding of how things are now. So, but I told him, I go, look, just let's see how the people that were hired work out, and also how this goes for me. He says, okay, no, definitely. He says, I'll just wait to see even if you've taken another job or not. I will just want to call on you and see where you stand. So, but it's $14 an hour because it's a tip-based job, so you get compensated. And I totally forgot about that again. I forgot that's how it was also in Las Vegas. 2006, I was making $7.50 an hour for a lead cook at Baker Brothers American Deli, and I could still afford rent. Amazing. It's just that two things. It was the affordability of housing, and that the cost of life wasn't that bad as it is now. So that's how I was able to maintain out there. I kind of miss that. Don't miss the drinking, but I miss the affordability. It's significantly a lot more now, but it's still a lot less than it is here in California. If you're here in California, you know exactly. I went over, when I went to go get a bag of ice, I'm looking around, and since I haven't been at Target, I've kind of lost track on how things cost and everything, and I was looking, like, oh my God. Taster's Choice was a coffee that my ex and I used to drink. Even then, we were paying $7.98 to $8.40 a jar. Holy cow, it's like $10 or 10 something a jar for just, what is it, 15 ounces? I'm like, am I buying coffee or am I buying dope? Because that is a lot of money, I could still probably get a dime bag for $10. That's just insane. But she's mixing all that rage with whatever going on, and the fact that her kids also, she causes anarchy. She tells us to come in here and do what they want, make life basically a living hell for these guys. Fuck them. And they get in that mindset. So when she wants them to clean up after they've done whatever they've done, she gets all pissed off, and then she puts the blame on us. This why none of my boys listen to me, because you so-called men, you ain't even men, you motherfuckers. They don't see you cleaning everything, so they ain't going to clean. How does that make sense? How are we supposed to be their role model? We're not even their parents, for God's sakes. You're supposed to do that. And then she got on another thing where she's like, "You're supposed to be sober living. Y'all supposed to be helping with my sobriety," and it's like, and helping me with free. And then she started with the free internet and sharing the food and everything. And I'm like, oh, hey, here we go again. So she's had 2 of her grandchildren, all 3 sons, plus 2 other people that kept floating in here. 6 to 7 people at any given time this weekend. I don't know if there's anybody left. If it's possible, when I go check the mail, I'm going to kind of go see what's in the utility room and stuff. Plus, I have something else that I have to take care of legal-wise this week, because I've had it. I really had it. I'm at my wit's end. And anything, I gotta get a job. I gotta get this job. I have to. I hate this. I hate this. Hopefully, I'll be able to find something here in Pasadena, even if it's in Arcadia or Temple City. It's still a lot easier to commute, even late out versus all this. I'd rather spend the 2 hours commuting in a bus than just having to walk all this way. Honestly, even walking from way over there wouldn't be so bad. That over there in Hastings Ranch, that's still doable. I can still get on a late bus, or I can get on the Gold Line. It's just been insane. I'm a wreck. I am a freaking emotional wreck. I'm so exhausted. I keep trying to take a nap, but I kind of like, I'm on that edginess where it's like, as soon as I start to go to sleep, I know I'm going to be woken up for something. So I'm kind of fighting myself on that. It's just, this has been one of those weekends. It's been horrible. It really has. It's all I can do is just laugh at the situation without having to get any more mad. I'm just still bewildered about all this freaking anger, and it's so misplaced, it's not even warranted. It is not even warranted, so I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know anymore. Just pray for me and hope that at least I get one of the 3 jobs that I really, really want. Especially the one tomorrow. That would be aces. That would be just aces. That'd be great. All right, my friends. I'm gonna end it here. Someone's over here parking. Music on. You folks take care of yourselves. Take care of each other, but always take care of yourselves first. Love one another. Trust one another. Be kind to each other. Help one another. Don't take today for granted or any other day thereafter. Live for the moment. Pull down your pants and slide on that ice. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up. If you like what I'm doing, we're doing, hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell notification button. Tell your friends and family about me, about us, what's going on. And I don't know how I survived, but I survived. It's just been awful. I don't want to do that again. I'm more scared of this fucking crap than I am of the whole corona crap. That's nothing. That's a myth to me. That's more of a fable. It's a nursery rhyme. pale in comparison to this story that I'm living, and it's getting written out every day. Nightmare on Elm Street. Only it's Carlton Street. All right, my friends. Go back in and post, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Let's hope for the other one tomorrow. That would be kind. That would be kind. Bye, guys.